I really want to get to with you in these few minutes is that besides and beyond economic data, as Mr. Friedman has put out, that always can only look in the past. At the moment we have, I would say, a pre-revolutionary mood in continental Europe. It is not only France that you might be ridiculing. You still, I had dinner last night, call the little potato things French fries. I think there was the notion to change them over into potato fries. So I have not gone this far. But it's also the Netherlands who turned down the EU. If it had been true, all the data that we saw, that would actually reflect the mood in the Netherlands being so pro-global, so pro-European. Why did they turn it down? What is happening? Well, one of the reasons why I think this data was not sufficient enough is because it dates back to old times, 2003. We're now in 2006, and the mood of there is something wrong out there, this fear mode, has grown incredibly. Now, you might blame the media, might blame my former colleagues. I think the wrong ones to blame. I think you should blame my colleagues as of today. You should blame, and that was the line of Mrs. Mann, who she started with, the policymakers. The policymakers have to change. I think in this whole process, and now I get to, down to certain points, we have seen a problem that was already addressed by Mr. Friedman last night with the transfer of jobs, that we have to look at dumping in wages. Real wages have gone down all over Europe. In real terms, in the difficulty to finance the welfare system that so many people now refer to, actually all speakers said, we have to do something in the States about the welfare system as well. But how will you finance it? Where will the money come from in a time when actually not only nation states become of less and less significance, but also this kind of sentiment that a global player, a big corporation based in the US, based in Germany, will take care of its surrounding, will support a great college like this one. And they say, hey, come on, and we have responsibilities out in China as well, so we're sorry, the grant that we can give to you is now only a fifth, because 4 other fifths of the business we do outside, and we give it to somebody else. It all leads up to the greatest indisparity in the distribution of wealth in the history of mankind in peace times, if we can still call these times peace times. Globally speaking, I would say we can still argue this, not talking about the Middle East. So that leads to a fundamental feeling of insecurity, and that is based on facts. You find the data, because it's more complex. Even though there are hardly any jobs being offshored out of my own little country, Austria, just 8 million people, you're always being challenged by your employer, by your media, by your perception, that you should do it for less, because, you know, if you don't do it for less now, tomorrow the job might go.